Hi, this is Peggy Miller. I'm with Highland Winds, and this is the Medical Herbal podcast series. It's 15-minute episodes, and today this is the chronic and specific section, and it's the seventh segment in the chronic and specific. I had previously done intro, then overview, where I went through terminology for 8 segments, and then I walked through maintenance, and now we're in chronic and specific. And today, what I'm wanting to talk about, and there's news. KFGM is now carrying these at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays. It's our local Missoula community radio station. So that's great. And MCAT is still carrying them on Sundays and Tuesdays. And then you'll also find them on YouTube. So we're trying to get the word out. Uh, Back to today's episode. Chronic and specific yin deficiency. Night sweats, dry skin, dry hair, fatigue, are some of rashes, are some of the key problems with yin deficiency, but it can impact the kidneys, the heart, the liver predominantly. Those are the three main organs, but that's in terms of the organs themselves. The results can cause lower backache, can cause dry skin, rashes, acute dryness. I do want to put a qualifier here that dryness can also and is also often attributable to the liver. Dry eyes in particular, but liver blood deficiency and blood deficiency overall contributes to dryness. So it's a complicated issue, and that's why I'm probably going to spend 3 to 4 episodes on yin deficiency. Yin and yang are the two basic building blocks of Chinese medical herbalism. In Ayurvedic medical herbalism, they have the tridosha, but they also look to yin predominantly through what they call kapha, and then the pitta is the heat, more like the yang. So yin and yang are two parts of the building block that you try to balance, or the tridosha that you try to balance in the body. When yin is deficient, yin is the moisturizing influence that helps moisten all of our organs, that helps moisten and keep hair moist, cells moist, skin moist, the throat, the lungs, the bronchial tubes. Everything needs a certain level of moisture, and that's yin. And yin it's just very important. You don't think of it that way, but when you are low on yin, and yin can be deficiency. Yin deficiency can be caused from a lot of different purposes, different causes. Diet, worry, overwork, climate, too much yang. And yang, you can be born as a very yang person, a very out there, push yourself up on the stage kind of person. That's a very yang person. And when you're born or tend to be yang, that can burn up your yin levels. And then you have yin deficiency, the yang can move into a yang excess, which then also causes harm to the body. So they're both needed. If you have too much yin, then the person can be very slow moving, have way too much mucus, doesn't have enough of the heat in the system to help burn the overall excess moisture. And as that builds, then different problems occur, and you can see increase in edema, in mucus, etc. But yin deficiency occurs often because in most cultures these days, overwork, worry, tension, all are contributing factors. Diet, not enough of the right veggies, not enough of things like sprouts, etc. Too much packaged and processed foods, and all of that contributes to a burning up of yin, or to the system not functioning well and not creating enough yin. And when that happens, you can develop yin deficiency. Now, today, what I wanted to primarily talk about was kidney yin deficiency because, well, to be honest, I see a lot of heart yin deficiency and liver yin deficiency. So it occurs throughout, and often, not to make this more complicated, but when you have kidney yin deficiency, it can lead to heart yin deficiency or liver. The organs in their own way communicate and are connected with each other. But today I want to just talk predominantly about kidney yin deficiency. I see a lot of it. It's something, as you get older, especially, well, now you see it a lot starting in the 30s, and here again, I look to overwork, but also to just a slight, by the time you're in your 30s, if your system has not been functioning as well as it properly should, then you start to see things like indeficiency popping up. And so what people notice is with the indeficiency is a backache, lower backache. They'll just say that. I often have a lower backache. Well, and then you ask them, what about dryness? What condition is their hair in? Often they'll say, oh, my hair is dry, or I've been starting to lose some, and it's bothering me. So the hair can be. I'll ask them about their skin. Now here, once again, we get into a dual-fold. Yin deficiency as well as blood deficiency can work together to really cause skin problems. But yin deficiency alone can do it. And what yin deficiency often does, as the heat builds in your system from not enough moisture to keep it cool, then there'll be sudden rashes just cropping up. They'll say, I get rashes on my legs. I never used to get rashes on my legs. And the color of the rash, whether it's whitish little bumps or red, also tells a lot. Usually with yin deficiency rashes, it'll be little red bumps. It will create, because that's a sign of heat. And the body chooses ways to release the heat. When you have yin deficiency, you'll not only have things usually like night sweats or a feeling of afternoon, evening heat. They'll just say, I feel hot all the time. My hands and feet are hot. And let's say you've been tracking with what I'm saying so far, but you suddenly go, oh no, I have cold hands. You can have 2 or 3 different conditions at the same time, which that's when you really need to see a professional medical herbalist, because to separate out what's going on, you can have yin deficiency but also have other problems of blood stagnation or blood deficiency, etc., which contribute to some of the symptoms, but also contributes, if you in addition have yang deficiency, you will have signs of cold. If you have liver problems, you can have cold hands, and usually if it's kidney problems, you'll have cold feet. So you have to separate out the symptoms, but yin deficiency alone, with kidneys, it can create the dry skin, the hair, the night sweats, what's called mallard flush. Your cheeks will suddenly feel very warm in the late afternoon. You'll experience a feeling of heat in your system. Often have hot hands and feet. Often have skin rashes, dry skin, and the lower backache with kidney yin deficiency. So these are all things that are going on. What happens if you ignore it? Your hair gets drier and drier. Your bones can become more brittle. The kidneys do not operate well, and things like pre-diabetic conditions start to occur. You have urination problems, often related to kidney insufficiency. The entire urinary tract can be off. And then also, kidney insufficiency can be an underlying cause of a number of other problems. In the Chinese medical herbalism, and it's one of the reasons I like this method of handling the physical system, is they don't use labels like lupus or even diabetes or Parkinson's or things like that very often. They break things down into yin deficiency, blood deficiency, etc., etc. Immune deficiency. And because of that, in some ways it helps, because in Western conventional medicine, they may say, oh, they have lupus, but how that's looked at in Chinese medical herbalism is, well, what are their symptoms? And they have broken down what we call as lupus into 3 different types, one of them being very often a very strong factor of kidney deficiency. Why does this help? Because even with what can appear to be a very difficult illness or health issue, you treat the symptoms. So you treat the kidney insufficiency symptoms, you treat the blood deficiency symptoms, you treat the heart yang deficiency symptoms, and by doing so, you can help the body bring it back, maybe not to perfection, but really help keep it working closer to par. And so so don't get discouraged if you get slammed with a major label. Keep aware of your symptoms and seek out a medical herbalist that is trained in Chinese and Ayurvedic herbalism, and they will break down your symptoms into, what's really going on from our training standpoint, and work using herbs to deal with those symptoms. So with kidney insufficiency, one of the predominant herbal formulas is Rehmannia 6. If you additionally have cold symptoms, then Rehmannia 8 has 2 extra herbs. Often when I'm working with someone, I'll have them on Rehmannia 8 for a month or 2, and then as they get better, shift to Rehmannia 6 because they won't need the 2 extra herbs. So you have to monitor it somewhat. But they can, Rehmannia 6 and Rehmannia 8 are 2 very key herbal formulas. You can get them in tea form. Yes, I do make them. But you can also get them in pill form. And they're been used for a long time. I would recommend that you seek out a medical herbalist to work with you if these symptoms sound like something you might have, and get on some of those herbs. So basically, those are sort of the basics of kidney insufficiency. As you can see, it's not an easy subject. And next time I'll be talking about heart insufficiency, and I'll jump back to kidney insufficiency a little bit from time to time. Thanks again to KFGM and to MCAT and to YouTube for carrying these, and I hope that you have a really great day. Thanks.